What's up, guys? This is Ty Zin again from prisonofreedom.com. It's a blog where we talk about the different techniques, tools, strategies, and technologies that can help people find freedom in health, wealth, relationships. In this particular video, I want to talk, I have my good friend Leon Fu right here, and we're going to talk about the wealth aspect, okay, the things that can allow you to find freedom in wealth. And in this particular episode, I want to talk to Leon here about Nextcoin, one of the new alt currencies that's coming out. So can you talk a little bit about Nextcoin?
Okay, well, Nextcoin just exploded onto the scene in the last couple of weeks. And the first time I heard about it, it was because on the coin market cap, right? It just appeared.
Yeah, so we got the coin market cap here in front of us right here. Let me see. Go ahead.
Okay, so, anyway, Nextcoin just, every time one of these coins go up hundreds of percent, it's natural that you go down the list, there's 50 or 60 of these coins down there, and anytime you see a coin go up 500%, 1,000%, you take a look at it, right? And we all take a look at it and we see, what's so special about this? Why are people buying this, right?
Yeah, okay. So for a non-technical person like myself and a lot of our audience here, now you're one of the world's top iOS developers. When you look at something like this, what's going through your head?
Well, I want to see, I look at these coins as software.
Yeah.
Right, because that's what this is.
Yeah.
These are
and your entire life has been based around
software, right?
Okay.
So basically, what Bitcoin has done is it has turned money into software.
Okay, could you elaborate on that?
Well, because Bitcoin is software, it's code, right?
It's computer code.
It's computer code. But what it has done is that instead of using gold as money, instead of using government created money,
cows, pigs, or chickens,
right? We're using entries on a computer, right? And so, I look at these coins as softwares, just like you would use, say, Facebook over MySpace, right? Or you would use Microsoft Office over whatever, WordPerfect, or whatever it was, right? Yeah. And so
whatever it was,
whatever it was, like it's all Microsoft now, right? Or Windows versus Mac, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is all software, right?
Yeah.
There's two ways to look at these. Well, there's many ways to look at it, but one way I look at it is that I look at these coins as, does this coin actually have features that these other coins don't have? What makes this special?
Okay, and then what was it about Nextcoin that caught your attention?
Well, actually, all of these coins are basically copycats.
Yeah, that's why I like to always refer to them as copycat coins.
Yeah, because they literally are. They took Bitcoin source code and copied it, right? And then just changed a few parameters. And gave it a new name, put some new pictures on it. And boom, we have a coin, right? And
what's to prevent other people from doing the same thing? Like myself, if I knew anything about programming,
you can do the same thing. You can make a Thai coin, right? Or
freedom coin,
whatever really. What gives a currency value is that people are willing to accept it. That you are able to take this currency and trade it for something of value. Right. So if you're gonna take, you probably I probably wouldn't take Thai coin because no one else would take it, right? Right.
But what was it about Nextcoin that caught your attention?
Nextcoin is actually a brand new coin.
It's not a copycat?
It's not a copycat at all. It's written in a brand new language. It has Bitcoin was written in C++. Nextcoin is written in Java. So it's an entirely new code base.
But it's still based on the public ledger.
Yes, it's still based on the blockchain.
Was invented by Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yes, it still
Bitcoin.
uses he took the blockchain and he has his own, he's also anonymous. This guy was called BC Next, and we don't know who this guy is either, right?
And it's really not that important.
It's really not that important. Well, actually, what's different about Nextcoin right now is the source code has not been released. the app has been released, the wallet has been released, and the network has been launched, right? So people are running, just like you can download.
But you cannot mine it like you do with with Bitcoin or Litecoin or any of the other ones.
No, because it doesn't mine, right? So the way Nextcoin, let me jump back about the source code. He has promised to release the source code on January 3rd.
Okay, so in another week or so.
So in another week or so.
January 3rd, 2014.
2014, yes. He said he was going to release the code then, right?
Okay.
It's right as of today, there's no source code available, right? But there is software you can download and use.
Okay.
Right?
And as a programmer, does that bother you at all?
If he doesn't release it, then it might, yes, because then why isn't he releasing the source code, right? Because it's important to release the source code so that other programmers can audit the code. To review it and to make sure that it is actually doing what he claims it to be doing, right? And the only way to do that is to release the source code, and that's why people trust Bitcoin, even though not everybody's a programmer, not everybody can read C++. But
like, for example, like myself, I read the white paper, I see the source code, but I don't understand what it says. But you do, and I trust you. So if you
but without the source code, you can't verify, or nobody can verify that what he said he was doing in the white paper is actually what the code is doing. Right? So the source code allows other programmers to audit, like.
For peer review, basically.
For peer review, yes. For peer review to say, all right, well, he wrote this. This is how he's going to do it. Which is in the white paper, and then there's the actual code. That he wrote, so other programmers have.
And you're saying that this source code is supposedly, because no one has seen it yet, but it's different from anybody else's.
Yes, all the coins. It is a total break. It's a totally there's no relationship between Nextcoin and Bitcoin. It was written completely from
except
scratch.
for the blockchain.
Well, it uses the blockchain. It uses the concept, but the code, the implementation is totally new. All right.
What else is different about it?
Okay. Well, it's a purely we went back to mining. There is no mining. Okay. The way the coins were issued was that back in September or October, he went on the message boards and says, I want to start a new coin. And he wanted to raise 21 Bitcoins at the time. Right.
That's not a lot for.
That's not a lot.
That's like what, about $21,000
at the time. Yeah, $21,000. But it wasn't. He needed a fair way to distribute the coins, right? So Bitcoin distributed the coins through the process of mining, right?
Processing the transactions.
When you are issuing currency, how do you distribute? Who gets the currency, right? I mean, you don't start off with
who mints the coins.
How do you even create the coins? And who gets the coins? Do you give it away for free? Do you sell them? What do you do, right? Well, the way Satoshi did was he invented this process called mining. And then you would mine them, and that's how the coins.
And just for the people that are watching this, is not technically inclined. When we say mining, we're talking about the process of processing the Bitcoin transactions, right? And then getting paid for it.
So but that's not only how you're compensated; it's also how new Bitcoins are created.
So it's killing two birds with one stone.
Exactly. Well, number one, you're being compensated, or the miners are being compensated. Number two, it's how the currency is issued.
It's being minted.
It's being minted to begin with. Right. Nextcoin doesn't do that because there is no mining. So he needed to issue the currency, and the way he issued the currency was people would buy into it with Bitcoin.
And he opened it up to where what? You said it was 1 billion?
Yeah, he said on day one there was already 1 billion Nextcoins. On Nextcoins on day one, right? So he, for about a month or so, he had a fundraising campaign, right? He would say that, all right, I'm going to raise 21 Bitcoins. And whoever wants these Nextcoins, you send me Bitcoins and I'll send you back Nextcoins. So you bought into it. Right? The people that wanted to. And I think there were a total of 71 people.
So 71 people, somewhere around that number.
71 Bitcoin accounts.
Pitched in 21
Bitcoins, yes.
And took a chance with this anonymous founder of Nextcoin.
Yes.
And so in return, he took that 1 billion Nextcoins and distributed evenly.
70, well, not evenly, proportionally.
Oh yeah, proportionally.
Depending on if you put 1 Bitcoin or 2 Bitcoin, or
so
whatever,
you
get your share of that 1 billion.
Okay, so this is kind of like would you say that this is kind of like an IPO?
Well, it's
kind of taking an IPO approach. Or a Kickstarter approach.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like a Kickstarter approach, right? Okay. Where instead of minting, there is no minting, right?
Yeah.
It's just there's 1 billion Nextcoins. There will always be 1 billion Nextcoins.
Now, is that with? Okay.
So then the question is, how do you get people to process the transactions?
Yeah.
Right?
So what's the incentive? Several questions come to mind. The first one obviously is like, how would you incentivize people?
Transaction fees.
Transaction fees?
So Bitcoin also has transaction fees.
Yes.
Right? But in addition to transaction fees, the miners get 25 Bitcoins per block, right?
Yes.
But they also get a transaction fee.
Yes.
Right? Nextcoin only uses transaction fees.
Okay, so it eliminates the whole mining process.
So there's no hashing, there's no minting new Nextcoins. There's only going to be 1 billion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, would that seem unfair for the people? Like somebody like you're not one of those.
I'm not one of the 71. No,
okay, but you have invested into.
I have, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
And I just want to make a disclaimer for our audience here.
Yes, I have.
I don't own Nextcoin. He owns some, but neither one of us work for Nextcoin or have any affiliation with it.
Yes.
We are just investors and traders, and we like to speculate on these things, and that's it. There's no attachment between us and Nextcoin.
Yes.
We're not promoting them or not. We're just discussing it, and then you make and try to present the facts and our opinions, and then you guys make an informed decision on what you want to do with it. Okay.
Yes.
So my first question, besides so you answered the transaction fees, so that's the incentive for people to help process the Nextcoin transactions. Now, it would seem to me that it's unfair because these 71 groups or 71 accounts that originally pitched in the original 21 Bitcoins to get this project funded, that they hold the majority share.
That's true.
Or the majority Nextcoins, right?
Yes.
So what is your thoughts on that? I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Is that fair, or is it?
Okay. So
these people take the risk.
But that's They should make money because they took the risk, right? They took a huge risk, right? They sent some Bitcoins to this guy who could have just ran off with it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So they do need to make money because they took that risk.
Yeah. So.
Right?
And we're both a firm believer that if you take the risk, you deserve to be compensated for it. Because you could have lost everything too.
Yeah, you could have lost it all, right? This guy could have just been a scammer and he could have just ran off, right?
Yeah, another Madoff or something.
Yeah, Madoff or even
a crook.
A crook, right? I mean, there's no... You took a chance on this guy, whoever he is. We don't even know. You basically... Those 71 people sent Bitcoins to some guy, right?
Yeah.
Somebody on a message board, based on... What he described Nextcoin, based on what he said he was going to do.
Okay. So what else did he say he was going to do that got you interested into it?
Well,
besides the fact that it was a completely different type of
the thing was that I saw that because there is no hashing, right? It's a 100% proof of stake.
And what is the difference between the proof of stake that's in Nextcoin versus the proof of work that's in Bitcoin?
It's the way the blocks are awarded, right?
Okay.
It's based on the way Bitcoin works is you have to do hashing, right? You have to come up with a hash and if you hash the correct value, you win the block, right?
Yeah.
There's none of that with proof of stake. It's based on how many, like who gets to mint the next block is based on the percentage of the number of coins that you own. So it's based on your stake in the coin.
Okay.
It's not based on... There's no like GPUs and ASIC chips and whoever
none of that's going to matter.
None of that's going to matter, right? It's based purely on who gets everybody is a node. If you run the Nextcoin client, you have a chance to... They don't call mine. They call it forging, right? That's the term they use, right?
Okay.
But
like you're forging metal.
Yeah, like you're forging, right?
Okay.
And all that means is that if you get, it seems to me like it's the chance for you to get it is based on the number of Next coins you own. So the more Next coins you own, the higher the likelihood that you are the one that is going to get the next block, and therefore the transaction fees in that block.
Okay, so based on that, right now, since I don't have any Next coins and you do, then you have more proof of stake than I do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because and it's based on the concept that it's impossible to prove. This has several advantages. Number one, you're not burning all this. Yeah, you're not burning off all this electricity to do hashing like Bitcoin or all of these proof of work, right? You're also not. You also don't have a 51% attack because it's not based on hashing, right?
Okay.
Right. It's based on who owns the coins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like, who generates the next block is just simply like, the more coins you own, it's a lottery just like Bitcoin, right?
Okay.
But the lottery is based on
so more Next coins you own, the more opportunities.
Yes, the more
lottery tickets.
The more lottery tickets you have. Right?
Okay.
Just like in proof of work, it's the more hashing power you have, the more lottery tickets you have. Okay. Right. So it's based on that rather than proof of work. Right.
Okay.
So it has several. It has the advantage of not requiring. Massively powerful computers to compete.
So, out of all the coins that we see here on CoinMarketCap, you think, in your opinion, for your experience in investing in all these cryptocurrencies and your programming background, you feel that this one has a good shot?
It does, just because it's different.
Just because
that alone gives it merit, because it's not a copycat coin. Yeah. Right. It's like everything on that list, except for Netcoin, was and maybe Mastercoin is very unique too. But
we'll talk about that in
another episode. But all of those coins, except for Nextcoin and Mastercoins, are just copycat coins. Okay. Even Litecoin is a copycat coin. Right?
Well, that's why I invested in all these altcoins. It took me so long was because I know you've invested in a lot of them at different stages and have got it rewarded tremendously.
Yes.
For me personally, I just don't see the difference between them and Bitcoin, and that's why I find it so difficult to put money on it.
Sure.
Sure.
The other thing that attracted me though is Nextcoin actually has several features that the developer says that they're working on. Right?
Yeah.
They recently released a feature called aliases. Or an alias, right? You can create just like domain names, right? You can actually create names that map to an account number.
So it's not just a random string.
Just like So I think Bitcoin they're also working on this feature, but Nextcoin just released this feature. I don't know if.
So basically, when I ask people for donation or send payments,
they can type
prison or freedom.com.
Prison or freedom instead of this long number. Right?
Okay,
right. So that's
I know that they're trying to do that in the new Bitcoin.
A lot of coins are working on that. Right. That's a feature a lot of coins. Remember, this is software, so there's a race to include features that people want or people need. Right. And I think one of the determining factors of which coin is eventually going to win. Is also how fast can the developers behind each coin develop their. Number one, it's their product roadmap, right? Because they're offering a product. The product is cryptocurrency. And number one is they're going to have a list of features that they're going to put in their currency. Right. And it's how fast can they develop those? What are those features, and how fast can they deliver them? Right. So that's one thing I'm looking at. Right. Is I'm looking at this as like software, which it is. Right.
Is there any last comments you want to make on Nextcoin?
It's been hot. I mean, we're talking about it because it's number 5 on the list right now, and I started buying it when it first appeared around number 18, and it's gone up. I don't know,
you've definitely made your money back.
It's one of the top, and it keeps climbing. I think at this rate it'll be number 3 pretty soon, right? If it keeps going up like this. But that's. And
just for our viewers too, where did you get your Next coins from?
Okay, so there's only one exchange that trades it, right? It's called DGEX.com, I think.
So that would be D as in Delta, G as in Google. E as an echo and X as an X-ray.
Yeah, egex.com, and that's so far it's that exchange only trades Nextcoin. That's the only exchange you can get Nextcoins on. Yeah.
And also to be when you were trying to excuse me, when you were trying to show me how to buy some Nextcoins, it was under a DDoS attack.
Yeah. So this week,
and that was just like maybe an hour ago.
It's been under DDoS attack for the last week, and actually, I mean, this also happened to Bitcoin. It seems to happen to every currency is going to get attacked.
Yeah.
And Nextcoin is no different.
Okay, so it's back up.
It's back up now, right? But Nextcoin.
Now, should people be concerned whenever?
Oh yeah, I'm concerned. Yeah, that's why you shouldn't invest all your money, because people are going to attack it, and it may not survive. Right?
Now, is it whenever you say that the exchange won't survive? Is it possible that the founders, or the core team that's behind it wants to do something about it, but they're under such heavy attacks that they can't fix it in time?
Well, they're being what's happening is somebody is attacking the network by flooding it with traffic.
Yeah.
Right. So basically,
and what is the purpose of that? What if somebody out there is trying to do that? What are they trying to get out of that?
Well, who knows what their motives are, right?
I mean, what are some of the motives?
Well, for example, back when earlier in the year, when Mt. Gox was the only Bitcoin exchange, it was being DDoS'd all the time, right?
Yeah.
And every time that happened, people panicked.
Yeah.
And then the price would go down.
and then they'd be back up again.
And then they would, the attack would disappear, the site would come back up, and then the price went back up, right?
Yeah.
So, it was dropping 30% every time one of these DDoS attacks happened.
Yeah.
Right. Because they were it's a little bit different, because they were actually attacking Mt. Gox. Right, because that was the only exchange. I tried to shut down Mt.
Because
Gox.
this exchange doesn't have that kind of money yet. So what's the purpose of attacking? Just computer hackers just want to have fun, just to claim they can do it.
So far I have not figured out the motive why people are doing it.
So it's extremely risky.
Oh yeah.
This is like money you should only invest in when you can throw that money away.
This is gambling money.
Yeah.
This is but if you want to win big, you got to gamble, right?
Yeah. I mean back in my neighborhood, back in the projects where I grew up in, we always had a saying that a scaredy cat's never going to become a fat cat. You're not going to get big and fat.
You can lose all your money. You can, but at the same time, if it works, you're going to make 10, 100, 1,000 times your money if it does work.
Okay.
Right. Just like saying the people who sent their bitcoins to get Nextcoin are up 2,000%, 2,000 times, not 2,000%, 2,000 times their money.
Yeah. So that would be if I put in one Bitcoin during that 21 Bitcoin round.
Now you have 2,000,
200,000 or what?
2,000 bitcoins. Yeah, you would have.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a huge.
jump. That's over. That's a lot. Yeah, okay. That's a lot. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the market is so thin that you wouldn't be able to unleash it. You would crash the market.
Because you said that when you got 20,000 Nextcoins, right?
The market is very thin, so you don't want to buy 10 bitcoins worth of Nextcoins at market price. You yourself would move the market 10% against you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So be very careful. Don't
what would be a safe number?
Well, you got to look at the market.
I should buy it later on.
You should look at they have a chart with their order book, right?
Yeah.
They have a chart that shows you once you log into the site. They have a chart that shows you the market depth.
Yeah.
And so if you want to buy 100,000 Nextcoins, you got to look okay, if I do that, how much am I going to move the price?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And you don't want to move the price against you, right?
Yeah.
So that's so don't trade in a smart way.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So look at the order book and remember, this coin is only a month old.
Okay.
It only started a month ago, so the market, it's still very thinly traded.
Okay.
Right? Okay. It doesn't take a lot of money to move it 10-20%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll conclude this video. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. If you guys would like to hear more about videos like this, please leave it in the comments below, and we'll try to do some more. If you'd like to donate to our prisonofreedom.com site, you're welcome to do that at the address listed below, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.